few revelations light up a gathering more than the intelligence that there's a traitor somewhere nearby. The tension sparks and pops like fresh pine logs in the hearth. If extra fuel for the fire is needed, just make it clear that said traitor is most likely responsible for the deaths of the friends and family of the gathered. Chances of enjoying a quiet evening after that are close to zero. The Raelic bard's assertion that a traitor had worked with the bone giants hit the crowd like a pat of butter thrown in the skillet, sizzling and steaming and spreading angrily. It was not just the shock of betrayal that got people talking, but a matter of wrestling with the timeline. We were now in the month of Thaw, and he'd been speaking of events that occurred late in the previous summer, so that meant the Pelennot had known about this traitor for at least half a year. "Wait," a mariner nearby us on the wall said. "Who's this Vieko, then? You found them already, right? Or you wouldn't have said anything. The Pelennot lets you say that because he's already got him." "More tomorrow, friends!" Fintan called out to survive a field, his kenning allowing his voice to be heard far out into the peninsula and all through the city of Peliman. Then he stepped down from his stage and headed for the stairs descending into the city, rumbles of protest trailing him. "Come on, Dervin," he said, waving at me to follow. "I need a word." "You might want to slow up," I replied. "My knee won't get me down those stairs that quickly." "Oh, right. Sorry. We should try to hurry, though." "Because everyone wants some answers from you?" "Yes, and I don't have them." I hobbled gingerly down the stairs behind him, putting weight on my cane, and considered what that meant. He must have been told by someone to include mention of Vieko in Gondel's latest story. Most likely Foster, the Pelennot's lung, had relayed information from Roland himself. In the streets, Fintan smiled at everyone who asked him about the traitor, and he kept moving, saying only, "Tomorrow!" And I grew certain that he knew nothing at all about this, which meant the traitor wasn't caught yet. Revealing his existence was intended to flush him out, despite the unrest it would cause. "You mentioned me in your tale today," I said. "Glad you got that." "No one ever asked me about this kraken's nest, or nest of man-eaters, or anything like it." "There was no need. That part of the story at least I already know, and I'll be sharing it in coming days. But I was told to mention it now on purpose." "Why?" "I'm sure you can guess. You're part of the puzzle somehow. Just like everyone else, I'm being given pieces and fitting them together with some pieces I already have." "But you have many more pieces than I do," I said, to which he shrugged. "Maybe." Fintan led us to Master Yonder's establishment, the Siren's Call, where a single mariner assigned to him provided protection and a modicum of privacy. There was little to fear from Nentian assassins anymore, since the expulsion of Ambassador Jacinda Torgala. But in such a busy place, we did need someone to fend off those who just wanted a quick word with the bard. It was not uncommon for him to be recognized now, and a truly quick greeting was always welcome. But Master Yonder made a point of telling everyone in his pub that Fintan was there, and he served us himself. Honored guests indeed. So we were watched, and drinks were bought for us, and I began to wonder if we should not have tried to find some place quieter. "How's Numa?" I asked him once we had giant schooners of Mist-Maiden ale placed before us. Fintan's life bond, a courier for the Triune Council of Rael, had arrived only the day before. "Running back home as we speak," he said. "Our time together was too short. But she's well, and I'm happier for seeing her." I made a noise of approval as I drank from my monstrous vessel. It may have echoed a tiny bit. "We could practically drown in these things," Fintan observed, and grabbed his with both hands. I'm fairly certain this container's larger than a human stomach. It is the most agreeable of challenges, I said, smacking my lips.